Hi everybody, it's Colin here from Woodthorpe International. Hope you're all well. Well, I've been very busy this week, got lots done. Don't know if there'll be any trains running, but I've got lots to show you. So I'll show you what I've been up to. Right, what I've done with iTrain. Now, when I actually drew this map, the American map, I drew it like I was looking at it like that one. Now, that meant that the whole thing had to turn 90 degrees. And it meant that the fiddle yard, which is over there, attached to it, was up here. So I had to scroll up and down, and it just wasn't working for me. So I spun everything and repositioned stuff. Japan is now beneath it because in theory Japan is below America. But what it means is when I put over here on this level Europe and down here England on a bigger screen, because I'm going to get a big screen for over there, I should be able to see it all and a little bit bigger. I can still zoom in if I want to, but at the moment I've just put it like this for you to see. Now that has made it more, to me it's just more logical. I don't know why I did it the other way, but it made sense at the time. It's like up here, that line up there, sorry for it going out of focus, along the top, is this back line here, and that's my speed measuring line. So everything's in the right place now. So when I look at the screen, say down here, it faces the way it is if I was looking down at it as a plan. All I'm doing is standing it from the layout level to vertical for the screens. So it sort of makes more sense for me. Like I say, why I did it the other way, I don't know. Now these boxes here are different levels of how much power and different things you can measure. The green one is the power supply. Now they're all just ticking over at the moment. No trains are running, so there's not a lot of draw. But the reason why it's like this, I have two bus lines, separate power supply coming from a booster. There's an A and a B. The top one was on first, and then I've made this next line for Japan, so it's totally independent. And what it does for me, if I just get a little piece of metal and short the track, the top one's gone off, but Japan will still run, and it'll be the same with England and Europe. That'll still run if there's a short on each layout. Now the handset flashes no matter what is shorting. And then if I go down to Japan, see, Japan's short now, but America would still be live. So that for me is something quite handy, that the whole layout doesn't shut down if I were running all four. I will do the two fiddle yards to have its own power supply. So again, if the fiddle yard shorts, the rest of the system will keep going. And what happens is if any train is going to either country, any of the 4 countries, and say the fiddle yard is short, the top one there, all it'll do is put trains in the block before and stop each train if there was more than one train going to the fiddle yard. So again, it'll make it quite simple for me to see. Now, I've done that, but what I've also done is I've put the blocks in, feedbacks, and the blocks with measurements, and put addresses in for the blocks to work from the GBM8s. So they all work. I've done 8 so far. No, I've done 10. Now what I have done is I bought 2 more. I've put one down there for the layer, the track what's going to go across here. That was the one you saw. Now I've just, if you notice there's a wire out there, that's because there's metal weighing the track down just while the glue goes off. So I've just disconnected it so I could show you those graphs working and showing it shorting. But I have got a third one in, and as you can see, I've done the first 3. One of them's a double because of the length. Now, where I can, I always want to have blocks long enough everywhere. Minimum of 2 meters to get my trains in. Now some of them are nearly 4 meters long, but it's just not enough to split into 2. So I've just left them as a block for now. So track wise, what have I done on my track? Well, back here, you may have remembered there was some Kato track going down there with 2 lines. Now there's only one at the moment, and that's the inside line, and then it joins back up to the temporary track. But what you may have noticed is this piece of wood here. Now that is to take trains from the outside line, what's not connected over there, to the fiddle yard. But if you notice down there, there's a gap. And that is to take the trains from the inside line. And that is going to go in between that line and the outer 2. Sorry for going out of focus again. And it's going to drop down and go underneath the track to go into that gap there. And that will then take trains back to the fiddle yard. Both of them, like this one here, brings them from the fiddle yard. And that goes to the outside line and that goes to the inside. Now, what I have done, if you remember, there was a piece of card there and I said there was a tunnel. I'd already cut the installation out, so it was ready. So I've exposed it. Now, I had to just put another piece of card on here because I need to take a line, and that's what that point's there for, round here, but I'll explain that in a minute. But the 2 tracks, one will come down the slope from the outside, one will come down the lower bit, and they'll keep going round here, and the 2 will go off into the fiddle yard, and in the fiddle yard area there'll be a point what joins them together before they go into the storage area. where the different lines are. So that'll be okay. Now, what I am going to do is cut most of this MDF out here, around there, and on the other side. So if any train does derail under the sea, I can get my hand in to get them out. I won't be able to put them back on, I won't be able to see, but there'll be enough room to get my hand in and get them out. Hopefully there should be no problem because there's no points or anything like that. So all this area, the lines what are under the sea are to go to and from the fiddle yard for Japan to put different trains on each track. Now this track, what's going there and coming round this area, and then it'll come across here, which I'll have to build some land across there, so there'll be a bridge somewhere around here. I think the bridge is going to be here, and the land, the track will go behind it. That goes off to England to return a train what is on the outside line, what's come in from England on that line, and run round Japan a bit, and then it goes back to England. Now, if an English train ends up in America and comes down the helix, it will end up on the inside and have a run round and then end up going back to America because of the direction of travel, because they're going the opposite way, So that's just how it's going to have to be. They just stick on the side of England to Japan is outside line, America to Japan inside line. So I'm really pleased with the effort this week. It's been a big change. I've weathered 4 flexi-track now, 2 points for that area over there along the back wall. Is telling iTrain the size of the blocks for over there on the temporary track, and then have a play with iTrain running both layouts, because that hasn't happened yet. I've only had iTrain operate up here. So it's all interesting, especially now iTrain 6 is out. That's something else to learn. All the new things on that, which I will be getting. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.